Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly wrap up with Councilwoman Jamie Torres and DJ Konz. What is up, Jamie? How's it going?
Oh, it's great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Friday is here. The weekend is approaching.
And it's been kind of nice lately, so soaking that up.
Yeah. We went from snow to pretty decent weather.
Yeah, grateful for that.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Happy Friday, Konz. Good to see you.
Happy Friday.
And welcome, everyone. This is our weekly wrap-up where Konz and I run down a couple announcements, updates of things that have happened this past week, and just get you ready for what's coming next, both in Council District 3 and throughout the city. But before we do that, let's hand it over to DJ Konz for a sec.
You're in Council District 3.
Yeah. And if you needed to reminder everybody,
you're in Council District 3.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget. Thank you, Konz. A few things that I wanted to update on for City Council updates. We are moving forward with a bill to address wage theft in Denver and create a civil wage theft path. So what does that mean? So Konz, you're an electrician, right?
Yep.
So say there's a D3 development company that hires Taurus Construction, and I hired you, Konz, to do the electrical in my project.
Okay.
You do, 2-3 weeks of work, and at the end, I say, look, I promise to pay you $10,000. I'm only going to give you $5,000. That's all I can afford, and then I walk out, right? That's wage theft, and that things like that exist all the time in Denver and throughout the country. So either workers who complete jobs are underpaid or not paid at all. All of those are forms of wage theft. So if you file a complaint against Taurus Construction, but I declare bankruptcy or I'm unresponsive, you can't go anywhere else to try to collect the wages that you're owed. Under our new policy, you can go to D3 development, to the next up in our chain of who hired Taurus Construction. So we're allowing and creating a mechanism to go up a chain of employment in a project to collect those wages earned. And this would be overseen and investigated by the auditor's office. So this is, I think, an important aspect of how we can make sure families get the money that they're owed. Because nothing's getting cheaper, right? Housing, grocery store costs, fuel, everything is getting more expensive. And so to allow something like this to continue would just put our families at a greater disadvantage. So that is coming. We just wrapped up our public engagement town halls, and we'll be looking to present this in our Finance and Governance Committee next Tuesday. So stay tuned for that and any questions that come out of that process. But this is looking really strong and something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I have experienced that on more than one occasion where, you don't get the full payment and there's really nothing that you can do. Otherwise, it costs a ton of money to try to get back, the little bit that you're owed. So
it's true.
Awesome.
You end up eating it, right? And that's a terrible situation to put workers in who put in the work. They get the jobs done, So something to look forward to. A couple other things that just happened on Monday. We approved Carrie Tipper as our city attorney. Carrie Tipper was in the state legislature. She'd been our deputy city attorney, and then Kristen Bronson left the city, and we have confirmed Carrie Tipper for that position, and she's fantastic, and I look forward to working with her over the next several months. So congrats to Carrie.
Give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Konz.
Always.
So one thing, a major project that can affect the city and is of city interest is the Park Hill Golf Course. We will be doing a public hearing for the small area plan next Monday. This is separate from rezoning, development conversations, ballot measure. This is just a small area plan. The conservation easement, which is one of the talked about aspects of the Park Hill Golf Course, is still in place and would still be in place even if this small area plan were approved. So just want to make sure folks know that that's coming up. And then really quickly, I had a great meeting yesterday out at Federal and Colfax Interchange with CDOT and Dottie and our West Colfax Business Improvement District, talking about the safety improvements that are going to be happening. And they're just deciding right now, what does Dottie do? What does CDOT do? Because it's a state highway. Both of them are actually. So they've got to decide, who's going to do what work. But there'll be speed reducing measures that are going to be taken, some pedestrian safety measures like clearer crossings, maybe some flashing beacon lights, things like that, because that's an interchange where people come flying across Colfax from downtown.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you are at a school, you're at a library crossing, you are in a neighborhood. And so we have a lot of conflict that happens right there. So really got to improve safety and make sure cars are dropping their speed down.
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, Konz.
So Jamie, Llama's, been kind of quiet. What's going on with it right now?
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit happening. You're right, though. It feels a little quiet. The deadline for the Llama Lincoln Park master plan. So this is a plan asking community, what do you want to see change or transform or be updated in the Llama Lincoln Park? That's been extended through December 4th. So you have a little bit more time just through this Sunday to give input on that.
Nice. So remind me again what they're doing exactly.
Yep. So this survey is where you would share your thoughts on how can community better utilize the park, give Denver Parks and Recreation some direction on improvements, playground improvements, fitness improvements, green space or organized sports improvements that you want to see. And then the deadline for that will be on Sunday.
Yeah. So where can we take the survey at?
It'll be online. So we will share the link in the comments below.
Awesome.
Yes. And that's such a gem. The park is actually part of our cultural historic district. So it is a part of our history. It's also what kind of gave community meeting space when they were organizing. So it is definitely something that we want to make sure reflects our history, but is also there for our kids as they grow and have kids of their own and use that neighborhood park. So it's an important gem.
Yes, definitely.
So you probably can't avoid seeing that it's Colorado Gives Day is coming up. This last Tuesday was Giving Tuesday, but then next Tuesday is Colorado Gives Day, and it focuses just on organizations in Colorado, nonprofits.
Yeah. So is there any organizations that I should be giving to, Jamie?
Well, I'm not going to play favorites, Konz, but I promise there are so many amazing organizations in every neighborhood in District 3, and we have a lot. We have a lot in Westwood, in Farnham, in Villa Park, in West Colfax, in Llama Lincoln Park, and in Sun Valley. Those are all of our District 3 neighborhoods where we have nonprofits, and there's a lot in there. So if you go in and you search for either by location or by function, you can even search, or you have a nonprofit in mind. In Llama Lincoln Park, we have a lot of arts organizations that are nonprofits. Museo de las Americas, Su Teatro, the Art District of Santa Fe, but then we also have direct service nonprofits, Denver Intercity Parish, Denver Housing Authority, Tribe Recovery Homes, and then you kind of make your way across Sun Valley Kitchen, Sun Valley Youth Center, through Westwood, Roots Family Center, Una Mano Una Esperanza, Servicios de la Raza. There are just so many that serve this district. So we will try to capture all of those that we know are participating and share those out. But it's on Tuesday.
Yeah, but do we have to wait until Tuesday?
No, that's a good thing about it. You can schedule your donation for multiple organizations today. You don't have to wait till Tuesday. And as always, we're going to share that link in the comments below. And it could be, $10 to your favorite, 4 organizations or something like that. Whatever you can afford. This is a time where that collection becomes catalytic and lots of people donating on the same day can really make a difference.
Yep, that's right.
And the holidays are, oh my gosh, they're practically here.
Oh yeah.
We know things can get really tight. So in honor of Food Access Friday, my team, and special thanks to Ian, I put a list of resources, food resources for the holidays.
And what the list has on it? What does the list have on it?
So the list has mobile pantries, free food box collection locations, and then a few other places to find more resources. You do have to go to my page because we're frequently updating that list every week that we get new locations that are going to be giving away food, and it changes pretty frequently.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. But we acknowledge people are still in need of food.
Yeah.
Holidays make it tough, but it's pretty much happening your day to day, every day in our community.
Yeah.
So let's get out that information. So just a couple of community shout outs. Just want to thank Danny Martinez for joining me on this week's Instagram Live. We talked about the Climber Fund, which provides state fundings for loans for small businesses and nonprofits. So check out the video on my Instagram. There's a range of what qualifies as a small business, a range of the amount of money that you can apply for. So if you're thinking about going to a bank because you need a loan, think about this instead, because you probably get a lower interest rate, and you've got someone like Danny who can help you make sure you've got everything ready to apply.
Nice.
Yes.
That's awesome. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Danny. And then just a special shout out to Katie on my team, who has just been critical in helping us move forward and organizing all the civil wage stuff, the webinars, the documents, the information sessions. So, everyone on my team gives a little to everything that we do, and just want to thank them. And I couldn't go without that, because Angelina is such a critical part of our weekly wrap up prep and getting us ready for this. So huge shout out to Angelina as well. And then Konz, I think yes. And Konz, I think you had something that you wanted to share too.
Yeah, so we have the studio up and going in D3 Freight Heavy Records Studio, which is it's community based, but it's also professionally based, running as a business. Youth and people that want to come in and take classes, they are free. We are offering right now for artists that are looking to cut demos, cut an album, or anything like that. We're doing a special holiday offer for those deals there. The educational side is free. The actual recording side, we're running the deal 5 songs, flat rate of $1,000. That's basically $200 per song, recorded, mixed, mastered, and ready to be sent out to any platform. We'll help you get them on the platforms. We'll help you with your licensing, anything like that. $1,000, 5-song deal or more. If you want to make more, we could work. We could talk about it. And that's a very inexpensive price. We'll help you get your music out there, get recognition, kind of do a little A&R work with you, and help you show the world your talents, to say the least. And any youth that wants to reach out and learn how to work in the studio, how to do the music production side, how to mix, master, record, reach out to me. Konz Freight Heavy at Instagram, KONZFR8 HEVY. Reach out to me, let me know if you are interested, and we will start booking sessions ASAP.
Right on. Thank you, Konz, for doing that.
Yes, always. And
one quick event, because like Konz always says, there's always something happening in District 3.
Always.
Put this on your calendar next Friday and Saturday, December 9th and 10th, at Revision and the Westwood campus at 3738 Morrison Road, is the Festival de Tamal y Atole. And
yes,
I love both of those things.
Me too.
So you can get your tickets now. But I think they're going to have lots of varieties of tamales and atoles available to try.
Yeah, and everything, I'm going to say this, everything tastes better in D3 too, by the way. So not being
And
biased, I'm just saying.
it's like the elevation, or it's
Yeah.
something in Westwood.
It's where they put revision and all that stuff at. It's just something in, the stars are aligned.
It's true. I think that's absolutely what happened. So December 9th and 10th from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Rise Westwood campus, which is where Revision is at, and where Cultura Craft Chocolate is, and all the great work that they're doing out there.
Yes.
50 plus varieties, Konz, of tamales and
Wow.
atoles from local professional and community chefs. So you don't want to miss this. You won't find this anywhere else. So I really hope folks will try to make it out there either Friday or Saturday from 4 to 9 p.m. And you can start getting your tickets now.
Yeah, awesome. I just want to say one thing before we wrap this up. I really appreciate and I'm thankful for the whole community in D3. We've kind of built a strong bond with everybody, and it's just been an amazing journey. Working with Rise, working with Damaris and the team over at Cultura. Revision's an awesome place. D3 has been amazing. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody for being active in the community, showing up to the events, and just really embracing everybody. And it's awesome. It really, really warms the soul when you do go to a D3 event at Revision or anything. It's just amazing. So Jamie, thank you for all your hard work and community. If you see Jamie out and about, give her a high five and tell her thank you for all that she does.
Thank you, Konz. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. Happy Friday. Be safe. And weekly wrap up. We're out. Peace.